And we're back. Return of Obra Dinn. I think this is the last episode, guys. That or it's a continuation from the last one we had. 11 hours, 37 minutes. Are we recording? Are we recording? Yes, we are. And further into the Obra Dinn we go. And this is it. This is it, guys. I just have to exit the boat. We got everything, right? It says we don't know what happened to Martin, and we don't know what happened to the captain's first mate, not captain's steward. And you know, I think I still, as like a before we go do this, there's like one thing I want to do, and then I also just want to kind of talk about my prediction. And I just think that it hasn't changed from what I mentioned earlier in the series, which is that the main bulk of the story is the ship has passengers with some kind of ancient artifact from Formosa. I think it's Formosa. From Formosa, right? Formosa. The second mate decides that he wants to steal the artifact and also kidnap the royalty. So they do that, and they get off the ship with their treasure and supposedly the royalty. Things go wrong because monsters come out of nowhere. These mermaids and krakens and stuff like that attack them while they're on their rowboats trying to escape. And then most of them died except the second mate. They come back, they bring the artifact on the ship, but I guess at that point the monsters figured out that the artifact that they're after, maybe their artifact that was stolen from them, has come back onto this ship, and they know to attack it. So after that, they, bring down the mermaids. They lock them up. Looks like there was the stewards has the captain's steward had some kind of knowledge or just like bad omens, or I forgot what superstition, and like was going to, I guess, maybe kill the thing inside the brig or whatever. So he's in that brig. And then the captain, after like everything goes down and the Kraken attacks, tons of people die. The captain goes down to the brig and makes a bargain. There's a bargain chapter. And between that bargain chapter, I can only imagine that the captain came to some kind of consensus with these monsters to give them back their artifact. This is just me guessing here. But I think that happens, and while that happens, obviously escapes happening with these people who survived it. Were like, yeah, we're not stay on the ship any longer, and that's how the surgeons survived and everything. And then pretty much everything else is like just the captain killing the last few people who tried to kind of mutiny and take the shells, and I guess try to get something worth it after all this death. And then the captain killing himself because of everything that's gone wrong. The only question really is what happened to Martin, which I assume was down in that brig area too, even though we haven't really got any evidence to support that yet. And then also the captain's steward, which is also stuck in that brig and was put there by the captain himself. So I'm really curious of what's going to happen on this brig scene. But before we go and finish the game, there's something here I wanted to see, because I think I saw it when I was editing, but I didn't react to it. I was wondering what happened to the monkey. And I have oh, it's not a monkey. Never mind. I thought the surgeon was sleeping here, and I thought his monkey was standing right there, because I was editing, and I was like, that's kind of monkey-shaped. So, what happened to the monkey? Well, if you must know, and totally not me really curious about what happened to the monkey, this is just you guys. Jeez. Okay, I'm curious about the monkey, damn it. All right. Last time we saw the monkey, I think is this guy. Monkey. Where's your monkey? There's your monkey. Okay. We're on part 2 of Bitter Cold. Part 1 we saw the monkey, so part 3 would be... I guess it would be... The question is... I know this is kind of a detour and not really that important, but so Bitter Cold. Okay, so part 3 right here. Part 5. No, that's where's part, is there a part 4? There must be, right? No. So the last time we see the monkey is on the cow scene, I believe. This is still gonna take a second, guys, but I gotta know. I gotta see if there's some indication, right? I think so, at least. Right. Here's his monkey.
Enter here. One swing. Get true discovery.
Okay, so if monkey's here, he looks okay. The next chapter would be murder. In the murder chapters. Hanging on deck. Do you think the monkey was in here? Maybe I should go looking for this. This might be too much to figure out what happened to the monkey. The last true member that we care about. Okay, one glance, because we're just going to go one scene over, which is up on the deck with the guy who got murdered. Or got falsely accused and killed. If the monkey isn't in the scene, we know between that point and this point, something happened. This is murder. This is the wrong one.
You have been found
No, never
guilty
mind.
by self-confession of the murder of Nunzio Pasquale.
Where is Martin here? You think Martin's here? Where is Martin in this scene? Did I say Martin? I mean the surgeon. I'm dumb.
And by the authority of the East India Company and thus
There's a chicken.
the Crown of England, I sentence you to death by
Monkey.
firing line.
Right?
Mr. Wolf, when
That's
you
the
are
monkey,
ready.
right?
Right, sir.
Yeah.
Ready, men. In.
You know, the monkey is dangerously close to the butcher. And the cook. I gotta follow this string real quick. I'm sorry, but this monkey might be the most important thing to figure out. I won't waste too much longer on it. But I gotta know. I kind of gotta know. Where does this guy get killed? Okay, this one? The question is, well, do you think we find out that the monkey's fate from a scene with the surgeon in it? Or do you think we find out the monkey's, like, fate randomly? In a different scene. That's my question, you know? Do you think... No, he's not going to be in this scene. So... And this is The Calling. And he's not going to be in any of those. So I guess the only next place to see maybe where the monkey is when they're interrogating the guy who killed the second mate. If we don't see him in this scene, we'll call it. But if we have if we have the monkey in there, we have the monkey in there. You know what I'm thinking? I think we follow this for a minute. Okay, looking for the surgeon.
What do you know about these things? About
Here we go.
my chest and your dead friends?
Surgeon.
这是什么？归来，全部供出来，都是名牌啦！你哋睇你一級啲人會過，想得本事啊！你我嘅老師
Shell? What shell?
Man, the surgeon's here. Okay. I'll keep to it. I don't see him here. He's not up high. So if I was going to give a fate of what happened to the monkey with that information, I would say, just going off the chapter names, you know, honestly, when I first thought about it, I thought the bitter cold meant like maybe it died to cold, but we clearly saw it after that in the murder scene, like the verdict of this guy. So kind of makes me think that perhaps we just won't know, which is fine. You know what, guys? If there is a fate you can find out for the monkey, let me know in the comments. Don't tell me what happens. Just tell me I can find it, because I might just come back into this game and figure it out myself. If you guys want to see that, you can. But I think I've wasted enough of your time. I'm sorry to do that, but I had to know. Let's see the end of this. I'm excited. I'm gonna crack one open. Crap a Coke. Crap a Coke. We've watched that scene too many times. We're gonna crack a Coke.
We should go. Storm's nearly about, so we won't be coming back.
Yep. Wait, we good? We good? Yeah, I think we're good. All right, take us there. Takes a minute. That's all, folks, kind of thing.
Finally. Sit down so you don't fall out.
Uh-huh. Man, this is exciting. That is, though. 1 week later. Okay, 1 week later. We did like years later last time. Oh, no, never mind. Insurance assessment. Okay, this is actually going to be interesting this time. Okay. Let's see what the claims were. The ship damage. In the squall, the Atlantic, the sunk in the storm. Payout claim, 20,000 pounds. I said dollars last time, it's pounds. All cargo, 5,000 pounds. All cargo lost, 3,000 pounds. Man, that's steep. So the captain, we know, suicide. Apparently that's a crime. So the estate was forfeited to the crown. Very interesting. Then the murder of 4 crewmates, which, you know, true. William, first mate, shot the gun by the captain, attempted mutiny. He was fined, but, you know, the attempt of mutiny was less of a penalty to the estate than suicide, which is kind of crazy. Second mate, attempted mutiny, theft of cargo, but not the mention, well, and also murder of 2 crewmates, but not the mentioning of killing a guy falsely wrong by accusing him, and then also, like literally not just theft of cargo, but theft of a person, like literally kidnapping. But fined 100. Cool. That's a pretty steep fine. Martin. So this is interesting. I mean, obviously we don't have the fate. We have no idea. And I think that is supposed to be that way. I'm hoping that I wasn't supposed to put something in. If it is, I guess I'll rewind. The finding of merit, extraordinary valor, valor, exceptional performance of duties, estate rewarded, and outstanding wages, £90. Murder of crewmate John Davis, 4th mate. Murder of crewmate, estate fined 15. Right, 4th mate. You know, that's kind of messed up in my head, actually. He murdered a crewmate who was trying to murder another crewmate. It was like that person was about to do mutiny. He went to go stab literally a midshipman, and he protected him because it was a fight for his life. I don't know if I agree with this fine. Alfred Kestel, the bosun, torn apart by the beast, findings merit, exceptional performance of duties. You know, I will agree with that. Like, oh, I just got all tapped. He did a good freaking job. A good 70 pounds earned, I'd say. Charles Minor, the bosun's mate. Torn apart by the beast, murder of crewmate 1. Did he murder a crewmate? No estate found. Expenses claimed 15. I'm trying to think of who the bosun mate killed, but I believe it. I believe it. Henry Evans is alive in Africa, finding demerit. Abandonment of crew and vessel estate award. Wait, what? I was gonna say findings of a demerit. So he got demerited by abandoning his crew and vessel, but the estate was awarded an outstanding wage. So you're demoted, but here's your bonus. James Wallace, surgeon's mate. Claude, finding merit, extraordinary valor. I cannot say valor. I don't know why. Estate awarded £50. You know, that's fair. I think everyone who dies is going to get like a good 50, you know? Winston Smith, carpenter, speared. Yep. Extraordinary valor. We got Marcus Gibbs, the carpenter's mate. Same kind of situation. Wait, outstanding wages donated to pension fund. Okay. Thomas Selton, the cook, struck tail, awarded an outstanding. You get killed by a fish, but it's okay. It was a special fish. Emil O'Farrell, the butcher. Yeah, he got it bad. That sucks for him. But £40 to his estate. I feel like, you know, this is kind of like, what can you do to really make it right? I don't think you can. But here's some money, I guess. And I wonder what, I hope I don't linger on this too long for y'all, but £40 in this time period, like, is that really a lot? If it is really a lot, it's crazy how much they had to claim for the insurance on the ship, which makes sense, but hot damn. Kristen Wolf the gunner, yeah, I feel like he did nothing wrong, for sure. He just fought the beast and died. Same with the gunner's mate. Criminal findings, he murdered one crewmate in an attempted mutiny. Right, that's the one we were talking about that he killed, and the other guy got found for that too. I totally agree with that. Duncan McKay, the purser, yeah, he got demerited, abandonment of crew, but he got an awarded estate of £50. Helmsman drowned, outstanding wages 50 or 30. Man, same fate, but that's kind of crazy. What? This person dies. These two people die by the same thing. This guy gets demerited because he's trying to abandon the crew, but he gets £50, while the freaking helmsman who dies and like did literally every single memory saw the helmsman, he was doing his job, but he gets 30. I don't know about that one. Edward Artist. Yeah, I think that needs to be 100. You know, out of the ways to go, he's the worst. Just getting squeezed while you're pooping. Abigail. Interesting. Crushed beast, no claim made. I guess because her estate would be connected to the captain, and the captain forfeited the estate. I guess that makes sense. Or maybe it's just not passengers, because look, knife by Nicholas, no claim made. No claim made. That means that no one asked for something, right? But the Navy asked for the captain's claim because... Okay. Interesting. Emily Jackson, alive. Findings of demerit. Yep. Estate was fined 35. I know we're going through a lot of these. I kind of want to go through them all, though. You know, if it's too tedious, I apologize. Alive, Africa, findings of demerit, abandonment of crew. That's Miss Jane Bird. Yep. Passenger beast, no claim made. Burned, criminal findings, murder of one crewmate. But you gotta say, oh, this is Bing. Expenses claimed. 25. This man got kidnapped and he got fined. Oof. Expense claimed. It's not awarded. It's claimed. Maybe I messed up a few of these. No. Because claim doesn't mean they got it. It means they got taken away from. Or they claimed it from something of their ownership, I think. All right, so another passenger. Man, these passengers not only got like a terrible job of hiring transportation, but they also got like fined for dying. Just, I think claimed it means that. Interesting. No claim made, even though Brennan killed him, but that was because of false claimed murder. I'm interested. Did we? Yeah. There's nothing done to that. That's kind of injustice in my opinion, but sure. Awarded an outstanding 35 for the ship's steward. Yeah, I think that checks out. I agree with that. Failure to perform duties, a state fine for the captain's steward. I agree with that. He did murder one crewmate. Paul Moss, state awarded. Yeah, honestly, I remember Paul Moss. I agree. Okay. Theft of cargo, a state fined. Yep. Attempted mutiny. Yep. Yeah, I agree with all that. I'm surprised it's only 50. That's the worst trouble he got in. I mean, he died, but, you know. Crushed cannon, estate awarded. Yep. Oh, yeah, that's Martin's. That's sad. Africa, no claim made for Davy. Peter Merrill. Yep. Midshipmen. Yeah, I think all the midshipmen should be awarded. Like, seriously. I agree with all that. Charles, the most so. I would have to agree. I think Peter and Charles, like, did everything they could to, like, keep the ship afloat, while Thomas really just got backstabbed, which sucks, but these guys kind of showed a lot of valor. Merit, exceptional performance duties, estate, outstanding wages and rewards. Yeah, Omid goal. Okay. Yeah, I think he was just one of them that died in the thing. I don't remember each, like, name for the topmen. I know some of them. Electrocuted. Yeah, him. That sucks. Man. I think a lot of these will be, well, besides this guy. Yeah, speared, mutiny, fined 50. Oh, he gets fined 52, and he's not the same kind of rank, so his estate... I mean, I'm not to say that he doesn't have a lot of, maybe, something to pull from, but I think it hurts him more, even though he gets fined the same amount as the second in command. Third in command, because the first mate is second command. Yeah, that's going to throw me off for a minute. Yep. Maba. Yeah. Honestly, you should give him more than 45, but sure. Attempted mutiny. Yep. Not seeing anything. Just gonna kind of look through anything that catches my eye. Nathan Peters. I'm interested in Nathan Peters. Yeah, he murdered one crewmate. He abandoned the crew. He got fined 25. I think that's pretty fair. I'm interested in what his brother would bring or lose. Lars. Yeah, he got rewarded. Got killed by Nathan. John Naples. Refred Rajumb. Oh, yes, that guy. Yeah, he fought to the end. Donated to the pension fund. Now, I don't know, the pension fund, is that just like, if they have no estate, it goes to something to support, like, his family? If they can find a family, or... I wonder where the pension fund goes to. Oh, no, wait, I was thinking of Akbar. Yeah. Yeah, he did get some good stuff there with his saber. William, yep. Yeah, he died from illness. He got 15 for it. His estate. Spiked, exceptional performance, outstanding wages and reward, donated to pension fund again. Okay, Henry Brennan. I'm interested about Brennan because he murdered someone in the mutiny, but I would say that the murder of the crewmate was done by the captain because he was just following an order. It's an execution. I wouldn't charge him for the murder, but I would charge him for the attempted mutiny. Alexander Booth. Yeah, he did abandon the crew, but he did get $5. £5. O'Hagan. Theft. Yep. 50. Yeah, he got... Looks like everyone that was a part of that mutiny and theft of cargo who were doing hit kidnapping, their estate got fined 50. Which is, you know, a punishment, I suppose. But they are dead. All right, here, Samuel Peters. He got crushed. Estate awarded 15. So 15 for the person who died because of the accident, and 25 fine because of his brother getting revenge and leaving. That kind of sucks. Like, you know, whoever's family sees that and they're like, oh yeah, you know, one of them died, we're going to pay you some money, and the other one killed someone, so we're going to take 10. We're going to really, you don't get much, you lose $10. 10 pounds. Stinks for the family, for the Peters. All right, the preliminary draft of this assessment has been approved by the Royal Trade Grenier. Total claimed 29,285 pounds. Hot damn. On behalf of the Honorable East India Company, I certify all statements as accurate and declare this matter closed in its entirety. Chief Inspector, I can't read that. Starts with an A, maybe a G at the end. All right, let's see the ending. The pocket watch remains in your possession. Interesting. Is there a way that doesn't happen? The book returned to its original owner, Henry Evans in Morocco, as requested. Go on. 1 year later. Do you think he didn't die this time? Do you think he's visiting himself? I think it'd be fair to say that it's not as stormy. Never mind. Would she open the door? It's pretty stormy out there. Look at all the things on the knickknacks over there. Is that the compass?
Can you believe it? A package at this hour?
I can't.
Oh, the thing smells just dreadful.
Fantastic.
Don't open it inside.
I'm gonna do it.
I'll be turning it.
Why does it smell dreadful? Why does this smell dreadful? I should have looked at it more. I think it just had a stamp of where it was from, though. Should have assessed it. Chief Inspector, I write you with the unfortunate news that Dr. Evans has passed away. He succumbed to his illness shortly after receiving your package. He was very pleased with your correspondence and asked that his gratitude be expressed by returning the book to you, along with the means to complete it. As for the three of us that remains, the Obra Dinn is a distant memory and a dreadful chapter in our lives that we wish to forget. Do not write back. You know? Fair, Jane. Fair. I won't write you back. Regards, Jane Bird. Okay. Where's the pack? Okay, that's right there. It just says Morocco. So we have the book. This tale belongs to you now. Please finish it. H.E. Oh. Henry Evans. So can we, bargain. Oh, that's the escape. Oops. Go back. Bargain. Okay, it's still blank. Okay, yeah, so the smell? Is this a piece of something? Of someone? Are we about to go back at... Oh. The monkey! It all connected! It all connected! The monkey no! I will be 100% honest with you. I had no idea this would connect to the monkey. I really just wanted to go look for the monkey because I saw KV say, now you're asking the real questions. Where is that monkey? But I thought it was a joke. And I was just like, you know, I bet it's a tidbit that we could go look for the monkey. The monkey? We're using the monkey's hand. Take me there. Take me there. Take me there, baby. Oh, I should have looked and see if that watch was the thing I saw on the thing.
Collect your things. Where's the key? To that door. Gone. Damn. There's no time. We need to go. Right. Here you go. What are you up to? Nothing, Bruce.
Okay. So, okay, we got the surgeon. The surgeon? He was murdered by his own... The monkey was killed by the surgeon. I hate you now. Is that the... Oh, I hate you now. You killed your monkey? Find this man, East India Company, for the murder of monkey. What? Oh, God. No, wait. Oh, Martin was dead. Oh, there's so much that happened there. Dude, it's a whole nother thing. We get to figure it out. Oh, I'm excited. I'm excited. The bargain. In the lazarettes. Lazarettes, a friendly but not entirely pleasant monkey companion, was sacrificed in the pursuit of knowledge. I don't think that's right. There you are. Collect your things. Where's the key? To the door? Gone. Damn. There's no time. We need to go. You're right. And you go. What are you up to? Nothing good. So what you're telling me is before the surgeon left. Yeah, before the surgeon left, he was trying to figure out what happened in the below decks, but couldn't because it was the key was gone. He couldn't get in the lazarettes. So him, with the knowledge of his compass, he threw his monkey in and killed it. And I think that's a string. Let's look. He threw his monkey in with a string attached to, I guess just the monkey. So he killed him there. And now that there's dead bodies in the area, someone can come in here with this compass, which I guess he just owned before this. I thought there was some kind of connection where these monsters had this. I thought the compass was going to come in with the monsters, but now I see that the surgeon already had it or something, because he wouldn't have done this otherwise. Wow. Okay. All right. Let's assess the scene. Let's assess the scene. We have an open. Okay, yeah, we have an open thing that goes to the sea, I believe, in the lazarettes. We have a spear here, which I can only assume one of the creatures, or fighting a creature, had go on. We have Martin, which we've been looking for, dead in the lazarettes. And then we also have, I believe, yep, Captain Stewart. And the shell is gone. I think everything's supporting the theory of what happened here. I'm wondering who I should follow next. Wow, look, whoa. Look at his hand. If you ask me what that hand looks like, it looks like what happened to Bing. I think they did this to maybe get rid of the monsters again. I think we follow Martin first. Can we say what happened to the fish? Say what happened to the monkey? Murdered in cold blood. Okay. Martin.
A third shell. The captain didn't toss them all. Leave it. Help me lift this.
Third shell.
Stop, why? Well, set you free. Give it the shell. Here. Do it. Hoist it out. To the main deck. Throw it over. Lock the door when you leave. Get the tail, boy. You return. The ship. The Obra Dinn. See it home.
Damn. He's already dead. Okay. Who? Oh. Wait a minute. First mate. Killed. Wait a minute. Davy left. Oh, shit. Wait a minute. Okay, dialogue. Read the dialogue. Okay, there you go. Collect your things. Where's your key to that door? Wait, what? This is the wrong one. Is it because we haven't finished the... It's gonna zoom out, right? Right. So these guys who got away was gonna go dump the body, and they took the shell? A third shell. The captain didn't toss them all. So the captain did come in there, and he didn't make a bargain. He just literally, he knew they were after the shells, and he just threw them in. Leave it. Help me lift this. So this is Martin. He says, leave the shell and help me lift it. Stop, wait. Where to set you free? Give it the shell. Do it. Hoist it out to the main deck and throw it over. Lock the door when you leave. Get the tail, boy. In return, the ship, the Obra Dinn, see it home. Martin's a good man. He was trying to give the shell to the creature and let it free, and he got killed for it. That's actually really sad. Dang. He was just trying to give it the shell. Damn. So this guy dies to the Russian guy later. Does that mean that the shell was thrown overboard with this guy? That has to be the case, because if they left the shell, they would have gotten killed in the rowboats, no doubt. And it seems like there's multiple shells, and I guess they have the same importance. So, okay, let's follow this guy. Were we supposed to mark down Martin? Oh. Oh. I think we were supposed to mark down Martin there. We're going to go to this one. We'll go back a chapter, and we'll mark him down.
I'll kill every last one of you monsters.
Who is that?
Withdraw the Kraken, or I will kill you all!
Damn, Captain. So, these things right here are cages. He's threatening these monsters to withdraw the Kraken. Okay, makes sense. Interesting. Okay, we still see that he has a shell there. I'm interested to go see if we can go to the Martin chapter and just put in what happened, because we got the gist. Yeah, here we go. He got spiked by a terrible beast. Faux show. So, a captured beast fought against its jailer and was speared for the trouble. I'll kill every last one of you monsters. Withdraw the Kraken, or I will kill you all. Seems like a good bargain. Seems like he's really making progress with the negotiation. I'm starting to feel this captain has one mode, and it's just going gung-ho and killing everybody. Kind of what he did to his crewmates. What am I looking at there? That's his captain's hat. Okay. Well, there's one guy to follow, right? I guess they brought everyone from the boat.
Call it off, damn you! This is your Kraken! You brought it here! Send it back!
Oh my god. Dude, this captain is just... I think I'm right. I think all he has is kill mode. I think after he lost his wife... Okay, well, that's fair. His mindset is he just lost his wife to the Kraken. Yeah, he's gonna go a little crazy. But I will say that I don't think he knew about it yet. I think he was below decks because Abigail was looking for him. And this is what he was doing down here. He was killing mermaids. Something had to work, right? Because it had... Like, he technically got through to them, right? Even though he's killing them all? Call it off, damn you. This is your Kraken. You brought it here. Send it back. An unholy creature's defiant shrieks were greeted with a fatal bullet. Well, there's one body here I'm looking at. Yep. He's opening it?
this? Quicksilver. Ah! 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 Herre min Gud!
What? Why would you do it? I thought you were superstitious, bro. I thought you were like, no. Maybe he was trying to get rid of the shell, but he opens the chest and he puts his hand in it and says, this is, oh wait, we're not at that point where we can look at it. But he literally, he puts his hand in there. He's like, ooh, Quicksilver, let me just put my hand in there. And he gets it literally burned off, but he gets the shell out of it. That wasn't smart, man. But you know what? A lot of people aren't doing smart things because of this shell. So I can only assume it has some kind of quality where it's like calling to them. It's like the One Ring from Lord of the Rings or something. Like they see the shell and they're like, ooh. Right? That's gotta be that, right? So he got burned. I think it'd be burned. Yeah. All fate's correct. Yep. So, does that answer everything? Let me think about it. Let's look at the chapter. So what did we learn? We learned that when Philip was trapped into the lazarettes with both the beasts and the chest, he decided to open the chest. What is this Quicksilver? Here, okay, he's saying it in his language. God in heaven. No, he said that after. What is this? Quicksilver? Maybe he touched it and then he exclaims after touching it, Quicksilver burns. I think that's what I heard too. And then God in heaven, because he's literally dying to his arm being literally like melted. But he gets the shell in the end. So, okay, that's what happens there. He gets the shell out. He dies for it. In a fit of rage, the captain comes down and starts bargaining with the mermaids by bargaining a bullet into this guy's head and bargaining a spear into this one. And then at some point, a third shell, captain didn't toss them all. So, at some point, after bargaining with them, after murdering them, at least 2 out of the 3, he, I guess in his head, gets the idea of, they're after the shells, right? So he, I guess each one has a shell, or maybe he had all the shells together in one area, grabs them all, forgets one of them, and throws them off the ship, which in the end, I guess, solves the Kraken problem. While Martin comes down here and sees one of these guys, and I guess the shell that the captain forgot, which actually I think it's the shell of the one that didn't die. And he dies for trying to release the being, the mermaid, from the mermaid, and the 2 people who escaped to Africa have maybe a shell, or they just literally dropped it into the ocean, which is interesting. So that's what happens there. We see the terrible beast get pulled out by two people who escaped. One of them actually died before he could escape, and they have a shell in their possession. A friendly but not entirely pleasant monkey companion was sacrificed in the, and then we found out the surgeon is actually the worst person in the world, but at the same time, he did allow us to come back here and figure out what exactly happened here by killing his monkey. Yep. Okay, well. All right. I think that's it, guys. We got it right. We have a full 100%, right? I guess I should just hit the last chapter. Yep. Look at that. 100%. Let's see what happens at the end here, I guess. That was the pocket watch, right? He puts his book up. I put my book up. It'll stay on the shelf. It'll be such a good coffee table book. I can just bring it up. No, that's awesome. That's actually really cool. Okay. Oh, for my dad. That's a fantastic game. This game, out of every game I've played, really made me feel like I'm an investigator. Like its mechanics of like finding a dead body and following like the death trail was super cool. Like 10 out of 10. I knew about like the mechanics of it going into it, obviously, but I didn't know the full story. I knew it was a ship story, and I knew there was Kraken involved. Hard not to see that, but like that's really cool. Like it's just fun to play. It had a really cool background in like storytelling using in the environment. It had these like good voice actors going through it all. It's interesting like how my mind developed on these characters from the beginning where I didn't really know them to like hearing and re-listening to certain parts of the deaths to really understand like how they're connected. Do I think it's like one of those games that you really get attached to one character and follow them through? No, but it's more of like this really cool environmental thing. Like it's just like really fun. And then also like the story doesn't have like a major revelation of something that's like profound. Like I would say like Outer Wilds is like it really kind of touches you in its like emotional story and like the journey of it. And I think this is a journey, and it is emotional going through it all, and it's like super cool, and but it feels like one step away that I can see it from it. It's almost like I am reading a book of the story that happened, and it's such a cool way to like discover how the story happened. But like another story might make you the character in that story, and to see your progression through it makes you feel like maybe you experienced the story. You know what I'm saying? Not that I don't think this is awesome. I was just like, I'm comparing it in my head because it feels different, and I'm just trying to like say it out in words, and it's super cool. Like super freaking cool. So don't take that out, but this was awesome. I appreciate the suggestion for this game. I'm very glad I experienced it. It's a really special game. Thank you for making it. Lucas Pope, I'm gonna keep an eye on him because these are really they're so innovative. Like the innovation in this game is just so good. I love innovative games trying to take a concept and do something new with it. So like That was super cool. Oh, I don't want to go through it again. But yeah, 12 hours and 10 minutes, y'all. 60 fates solved. Well, I guess that's the end of our journey. I appreciate you following along and seeing my experience, and I hope you enjoyed it. I guess on to the next one, next story that we're going to experience together. We'll see what that is. But thanks for watching. I did this last time, but I don't say this often, but if you got this far into the series with me, I'd appreciate subscribe. You don't have to, obviously, but I want to grow this channel and experience more games, and honestly, being able to like post my journey online with y'all and seeing you all like, you know, post your comments, it brightens my day up. I hope it brightens your day up like it brightens mine, because it's just so much fun. It's really just playing a game with some friends to me, and it's really cool to kind of, it's like, it's not obviously in the moment I'm talking to you all and I get that feedback, but it's an interesting experience to like get excited during the editing process and like showing you like, oh, this happens in this episode. I wonder what they're gonna say. And it's just, it's cool. Like obviously, like there's no pressure. If you don't want to comment, I'm not gonna be upset if you don't comment. But you know, I appreciate it. Appreciate everything. Subscribe if you want. On to the next one. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.